Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sumit and here I'm with my new video in Salesforce flows. Today I'm going to show you that how can we enhance the screen flow functionality by using Salesforce reactive components. So in Spring 23 version, Salesforce released a reactive component functionality in Salesforce flows, especially. So what's the use of this component? How do we activate this component? And what's the benefit and advantage of using this component in Salesforce flows? I will be going to cover everything in today's video. So what exactly do we mean by Salesforce reactive components? As all of you familiar with the Salesforce flows, that the Salesforce flows we use for automation purpose, we can build various automation functionalities in Salesforce. And there is one functionality in Salesforce flows, which is called screen elements, the screen flows. And the purpose of a screen flows is to get input from the user or to interact with the user. User can interact with the flows by using screen elements or screen components and can perform operations. But there is one limitation with the screen flow is that in order to perform any calculation, we'll get input from the user. Let's suppose we get an input from the user in one screen, and in order to display the result, we have to navigate to the second screen after proper calculations. So till before this reactive component functionality was not there in Salesforce, the user they need to navigate from one screen to another in order to review the results. But this reactivity enables supported flow screen components and formulas to react to changes on the same time in same screen in real time. Normally when we fetch the records, when we get the data, so we usually redirect to the next screen element in order to see the calculation if we have added any functionality or if we have used any formula. So the resulted value will be always displayed in the next screen. But with the help of this reactive component in Salesforce flows, we can build the screen flow that feels like single page application and reduce the numbers of screens that users have to navigate to complete any particular task. So in short, the reactive functionality or the reactive component in Salesforce, it plays a very important role in customization in development in Salesforce. So let's take an example that how can we use this reactive component in our Salesforce and how it is going to help us out. So before we uh, configure this reactive component in our Salesforce flows, or before will we need to activate this reactive component functionality first, and then only we can configure that. Then only we can implement it. So let's see how do we do that. So in order to do this, the very first step is we need to look for process automation and process automation setting. And in this process automation setting, we need to enable these two options. You can mainly we have to enable this option opt in reactive display text beta. And what's the purpose of this? Make your screen flow every even more interactive by making the display text component respond to the same screen change and formula calculations. You acknowledge that the Unified Pilot Research Agreement governor used to beta version this org, and that will be different how screen elements it is. So we have to activate this option. And once you do that, once we configure this, we need to click on save. So I have clicked on save and the setting has configured. Now let's begin the customization or setting up a flow. So I'm going to create a flow here. And the example I'm going to take here is the scenario which I'm going to, the scenario which I'm going to take here will be is, you know that we got an opportunity object. And in this opportunity object, I got, let's see the list of opportunities we have. As you can see, I got 30 opportunities right now, and every opportunity, there's an amount associated with that opportunity. So my requirement is on a screen flow, I would display a list of all the opportunities in a using a data table. And whenever I select an opportunity, so its amount a particular discount will be applicable on that amount, and it will calculate its final amount and display on the same screen. Previously, before this reactive component, we will be doing this functionality by navigating from one screen to another, but now we will be going to configure this functionality on same screen. So let's see how do we do that. So the very first step is I already activated the process automation setting and configure that. Now click on flows, and we will be going to open a flow builder. And in this flow builder, I'm going to create a screen flow. Screen flow, click on create. Now, the very first step is we need to get a list of the opportunity records. So I'm going to fetch a list of record, get records. I said get records, and I just write here get opportunity records. I just from opportunity object, any condition, no criteria. I just want to fetch all the records. I would like to fetch all the records and no sorting and nothing. So I simply click on save, and I just write here reactive flow example and save this. Close. So this element is going to get all the opportunity records. Next step is I'm going to create one screen element, and on this screen element, I will be going to display the list of all the opportunities by using a data table. And for this, screen one, configure header. I remove this header, and in configure footer, I'm not interested in the pause. Basically, actually, we can hide the footer as well because we will not be going to navigate to the next screen. So I just hide the footer as well. And the very first is I simply display a text and discount underscore, basically this one, discount underscore calculation. It's a text, so I just write APN here discount underscore calculation. And here the label, so I just write, what's the label? I just write opportunity opportunity discount calculator. And let me customize that, format it. I'll just format this, increase the size. And now we will be going to display the list of records. So here I got a data table. And in this data table, I will be going to display a list of all the opportunities which we have extracted in the previous get element. OPP records and opportunity list. Use label. The collection will be the opportunity get opportunity record, show search bar, configure rows. So we can select only one at a time, single. I just change this to single so that we can only select one component at a time, one record at a time actually. Columns. I just want to display opportunity name, then opportunity stage, and then amount, opportunity amount. Let me click on done, save this, and we will quickly preview it out. So I click on run, and we can quickly see how this opportunity looks like, how this flow looks like. Will it be going to display all the opportunities on a data table or not? So as you can see, we will be able to display all the opportunities. Now the scenario is whenever we select an opportunity, whatever is the amount here, we just wanted to get the opportunity, the discount, the applicable discount on this particular on the selected opportunity. We would like to get that from the user. So therefore, we need to on the same screen we need to get an input, and for input that would be a number input, and I just write discount, label as discount required, and the default value, if you want to set it the default value, we have to do a mapping with this. We have to map it with the default value. So we can map that with the default value. I just let's suppose I want to set the default value as 5%. So click on new resource, and I will set it as a variable, API name as discount, data type as number, and two decimal places, I say one decimal place, and click on done. So discount applied, because that API name was already taken. So discount applied, done, save, and let's test. So as you can see here, we have, I'll say 5. So that's a 5.8, 5.1, 8%, like that. We haven't set the default value. We can do that in order to set the default value. So we have a variable called discount. We can open that, and default value as set as 5. Done. Save that. Now, again, let me open screen 1. This is the discount. Now, whenever we select an opportunity and the discount, so we just wanted to display the discounted price. So for that, again, I'm going to use, we can use a display text actually. We can go for a display text because we don't want a user to apply any changes into that. So we just simply display text. But in display text, we need to add we need to display the resource. So therefore, I'm going to add a new resource. Here, that would be a formula, and the formula is, let's say, discounted amount. Data type will be number, two decimal places, and the discounted will be the selected, the amount from the selected opportunity multiplied by the amount we have entered in the input text divided by 100. That's the formula. So here I just select a table, first selected row, and from here we will be going to fetch the amount multiply by the resource, the variable as a discount, that's the input number, and further we divide by 100. So that's a formula calculation, check syntax. It's a valid formula function, and done. So the formula is discounted amount, and this discounted amount we will be going to display in a label. So display text, and I just write this, I labeled it as discounted amount, and the resource will be discounted amount. And I can just display here this discounted. And finally, whatever is the discounted amount, we have to subtract it from the selected amount. So again, I'm going to add a new resource, again a formula, and I label this as final amount, and the final amount will be the selected amount minus discounted amount. Data type will be again number. We can go with a currency also. In order to display a proper currency format, we can do that. And here, the formula will be same. The table, open record, selected record, amount minus discounted amount, check syntax, done. And this we will be going to display as a label. So again, we can display it as a label. I'm using a display text. If you want, you can label this as you can display that in an input field. Final amount, and the final amount will be final. And let's do one thing. Let's do some formatting. So I just select this and make it bold. Same way here, discounted amount. I select this and set this as bold. And discounted amount and done. Save. And now let's test it. So I click on debug. Run. 5%. When I select this, you can say that this what the amount is 2,20,000, and the 5% amount, discounted amount will be 11,000, and the final amount will be this. Instead of 5%, I said 50%. So as you can see, 5% is working fine, but if I just set this to 80%, 90%, it's not changing out. So let me quickly check the formula one more time. And the formula here it is discounted amount. And the discounted amount opportunity discount. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong. So basically, what I did, I just refer it only with the discount, so it will always apply 5% discount. I have to map it with the input. The input will be discounted amount. Okay, so this will be the discounted amount which user will be going to discount applied. Sorry, discount applied. The user is going to add. So this will be the discount applied. Let me show you why I'm doing this, because when user enter an amount, when user enter a value here, that would be the discount person I just wanted to apply. So the API name is discount applied. So this I'm going to use here. Instead of this discount, I will be using input as a discount applied, and done. Save this and debug and test it. Run and let's check it out. So I select, let's say 60, this gen point lab generator. As you can see, the discounted five, as per the 5% discount, it is this. If I just set to 50%, and if I just set it to 90%, this is the final amount we have to pay is this. So that works perfectly fine. So like this way, you can see without navigation, without establish navigation between the screen element, we can add the formula on the same. We can do the calculation. We can calculate the formula and apply the formula and display the result on the same screen with the help of reactive component. So that's all in this video. I hope you like this video. If you like so, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my YouTube channel and this video as well. If you require any customized training on Salesforce, you can reach out to us on our website www.aitech1.com, or you can directly write to us on our mail ID or the given phone numbers. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Goodbye.